Hi, I'm Patu from freefincal, and today let's talk about how to get our children interested in money management. I think many people have wrong ideas about how to go about this, and they actually take wrong actions. For example, one of the most common unnecessary things to do is to invest in the name of the child. It's your money. You have Please have full control over it. Don't put it in the name of the child, because once they become once they become a major, the money becomes theirs, and you could lose some kind of leverage over them, and it'll be difficult for you to control what they want to do with it. I mean, you don't need to be so controlling, but you must have a say, and that say will go away if once they say this is my money and I'm going to do what I want with it. It's unnecessary. And also, if you have some extra corpus from your children's education corpus, it's you can always take it and use it for retirement or anything else. So you can, it's your money, you control it. There's absolutely no benefit by investing in the children's name. Never do it. Also, the other thing is, people want children to learn about stock market investing, mutual fund SIPs, affiliate income, blah blah, this and that and so on. I think it's too early. Let them figure out all that by their own. I mean, they say, oh, Warren Buffett started at a young age and so on. I, yeah, well, don't worry too much about it. I mean, we can talk about stock investing and how to pick a good business and so on. All these basic things can be done, but I think something much more major, much more practical, and much more useful has to be done. And first, and if you do that, I think the rest will sort of come together on their own. That's my belief, of course. So what I think, see, first of all, I mean, the basic duty of a parent is, we must make them understand, preferably on their own, the value of money and how to use it judiciously. Forget about investing, saving, inflation, mutual funds. Forget all that. We can talk about all that when they are close to their paycheck and so on. Let's not worry too much about it. Before that, there's a lot of things to be done. And I'm talking about kids more than 10. And between 10 to 18, that kind of window, that's when a lot of things happen. They may become, I mean, if they have not been subjected to peer pressure at a younger age, they probably will be now, and so on. They want this and that and so on. We should teach them how to plan purchases. So I mean, let me take an example of, let me take two examples. I'm not good at examples, but let me try. One is a common thing, a mobile phone. For, of course, you may have to make a decision on when your child should have a mobile phone and what kind of mobile phone they should have and so on. But let's say the child is in the teens. I don't know what the definition of a teen today is, but let's say between 14 to 18, that kind of age, and it's when they want to talk and they want some privacy, and they want to have their own mobile phone and so on. So let's take an example of a mobile phone, and let's also take an example of maybe a camera, because maybe they want to shoot, and they want to buy a camera. I think the first thing that we should teach them is, we should teach them to plan for the purchase. I mean, if they want the camera or the mobile phone, we can say, look, I'll buy you such a device, but I want you to go out there and research about the product. I want you to go to YouTube, go on Google, search for similar brands, similar products, find out the comparison, look at them, look at how people in YouTube are using it. Look at the unboxing video, look at a video where they're actually putting it to use. Learn about the features. What are the pros? What are the cons? Let them research about it, and when they research about it, I mean, you have not said no. Remember, that's important, because if you say no, that's not a good idea. That's not a good form of parenting, because we don't want to have children. I mean, they may feel deprived and so on. That's wrong. You've not said no, but you've just said go research about it. Let them figure it out, and when they do it, I think, as they researching is a very good form of delayed gratification, because they are once they delay that purchase by gathering more and more information, they may actually realize, why do I need this product? There's actually something probably less expensive or more expensive, which is much better. I mean, they may. That's my point. I mean, they should understand the concept of bang for the buck. even if it is expensive, it doesn't matter, but they must understand and they must research about it and get back to you. I think that is, in my opinion, of course, a very good way to instill delay gratification, in the sense that they won't have that urge to suddenly do something because somebody else has it. They may actually learn about it and realize, oh, that the person who I envied is actually having a bad product. I can actually buy a cheaper product which is better, or maybe a more expensive product which is durable, and so on and so on. This is, in my opinion, one of the best things that we can ever teach children. We can sit and research with them, and it will help everybody. This also helps spouses, in my opinion. Many of you know that my wife is a photographer, and I'm the one who researched all her equipment, be it a tripod, lenses, camera. We look at it. We look at different resources and find out what is useful and what is not. That helps. That helps us make. I mean, sometimes it leads to confusion, but you have to make a list of pros and cons, and in any product in which the pros outweigh the cons, we'll have to go for it. And that's what we have to teach them. This will help them in decision making in a big way, in my opinion. The other thing is to differentiate between value assets and depreciating assets. And for example, if they want the latest iPhone, uh, you should ask them, what would you do if you drop it and it goes flat, or if the screen gets cracked? What would you do? I'm not going to pay you then. I mean, what would you do if it happens in the next week? What would you do? You should also teach them how the value depreciates, how different. How it's actually branding and fear of missing out that's actually playing on the mind. And every year there'll be a new phone, and you can't keep changing it just because you buy one. And there's actually something. The same things can be done with much less expensive phones, and those are the things that's where the videos will help. I mean, there are people. I mean, tons of videos there who compared Apple phones, Apple cameras with other cameras, Samsung cameras, and showed they're reasonably same for typical usage. I mean, most people won't even care. Nobody is going to give us an award for taking a photo with an iPhone. I mean, that's an opinion. I'm just saying that if you can afford and you are an Apple fan yourself, I mean, that's a different matter. But I'm just saying we should teach them, even if you can afford, we should make them understand, is it actually worth making a purchase? That's my point here. I'm not. Please don't make this about Apple versus Android and so on. Oh God, I have better things to do. And also about value assets. For example, a camera can be a value asset, although it also has the same problem. It could crack, break down, and it's probably more fragile than a typical phone today, maybe even an Apple phone for that matter. But you can create with a camera, with a DSLR and so on. You can teach them how you can learn, and you can make money off a DSLR, but you may not be able to do that with a smartphone, with a very expensive smartphone, and things like that. I'm just saying whatever things that come to my mind, but you understand what I'm trying to say. This is what is the foundation for money management, because if we teach them this, tomorrow, if when they start working and some sales guy walks in and says, sir, there's a new ULIP plan, guaranteed returns, blah blah blah, and then they will start researching, they will dig deeper, they will find out there are better options on their own, and we sow the seeds of actually DIY investing by doing that for purchases. That's my opinion. Please leave your comment on what you think about this. Agree.